Can you hear me okay? How are we doing? Are we good? Check 1 2 1 2. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Uh, that's hilarious. Hey, today's gonna be a very, 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 very fun day. We're going to jump inside of Unity. We have a very exciting idea from Felipe. Felipe is the 3D artist of the game. Also has some really cool ideas for game design. So we're going to jump inside of Unity, and I'm going to show you why this is so important for this game. Also, guys, just remember there is a free 3D course below, totally free. It's called Easy 3D. It's going to teach you how to make a 3D game in a couple hours, honestly. If that's not something you're into, there's also a 2D game kit below, totally free, and also a webinar on how to make six figures. That's $100,000 before you even finish your game. All right, let's jump inside of Unity and get started. Let's go. By the way, guys, feel free to download my free 2D game kit below. It's totally free. It's my treat to you. I used this exact 2D game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and then I got to play it in front of his subscribers, which was really awesome. So download that. Use it however you want. It's my treat to you. Yeah. Okay. Guys, look at this. This is so cool. Okay. Basically what... I'm not going to tell you the mechanics yet because that's for another video. But I will tell you that we want this tower here, we want this tower to be rotating in a variety of pieces, okay? So what I mean is as we're walking up this pathway here, I want these pieces, look at this, I want these pieces to rotate. Isn't that so cool? Because this is a game show tower, right? And so we want it to look almost like a like Jenga blocks or like a toy rotating, okay? Amazing idea from Felipe. I think Felipe really knocked it out of the park with this idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to program it so that the pieces are rotating, okay? So really what I want to do here is I would rather it be with code, honestly, as opposed to, you know, I'm trying to fix my face here, as opposed to animated, okay? So let's do that after I fix my face. There we go. Alrighty. So basically what I'm going to do here is, at the very least, I'm going to throw on a rotate script on this one piece here. Actually, let's just do it on this one, okay? This is just a test case. So I have a script called rotate object, okay? And we could do it at a speed of, let's say, like 120, all right? The direction, I believe Y is good. And all I got to do is hit play, and let's just take a look and see how this looks, okay? After we do this, I want it to stop rotating and then start rotating and then stop rotating and start rotating, okay? And that actually has to do with the gameplay mechanics. Again, we'll talk about it in a different video. Let me turn this down for you guys. Great. Okay, so incorrect rotation here. Right? So let's find the right rotation. Okay, so it's in the Z. All right, so we want to rotate on the Z. Let's hit play again one more time. Take a look. So it kind of definitely reminds me of the Citadel. Look at that. Sweet. Okay, so now we need to write a script. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the rotate object script. And what we're going to do is we're basically going to write a timer, all right? And this timer is not going to change the rotate object script by default. The reason I say that is because we use this rotate object script all over the place. And by the way, guys, it's super duper important to have scripts that you can reuse over and over again, right? I like to have very generic scripts that handle a lot of different objects, a lot of different effects. So in this case, anything that's related to like rotating objects, this is the script we use. Now, what we're going to do is create a new serialized field. What's a serialized field? Let us know in the chat if you know what a serialized field is. We're going to create a float, and it's going to be called interval time. Okay, by default it's 0. Okay, if it's 0, this is a comment, by the way, when I'm writing in green here. If it's 0, there is no interval. It will rotate all the time. Okay, yes, let us know what a serialized field is. It's not a public value. No, it is not. It is not a public value. Keep trying. Okay, so here we go. If interval time, okay, if interval time does not equal 0, then we want interval time to add, okay, with time.delta time. Who knows what time.delta time is? Let us know in the chat. What is time.delta time? Okay, so we're going to plus equal. That's going to basically just iterate in the update using time.delta time. And then we say if interval time gets greater than, actually we need two variables here. This one is not going to be serialized. It's going to be a private float. Interval timer, that's 0, right? We don't need any of these to be 0 by default. We don't need to specify that because they'll just be that by default. Okay, so they don't need to be 0. All right, now we're going to do interval timer. If interval timer gets greater than the interval time, then what? Interval timer equals 0, and do this. Else, just rotate. See that, guys? That's all we're doing. So the rotation. No, right here. Else, transform.rotate, boom, and interval time. You want the rotation to occur. Yes. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to say if interval timer gets greater than interval time, transform.rotate. Then we say else if interval time, and it's smaller than. This is really confusing, but just give me a sec here. And interval timer is smaller than interval time times 2. That means it gives it time to rotate, okay? So if it's smaller than interval time, else if it's greater than interval time times 2, go right back to 0, all right? So interval timer equals 0. That's the theory. I'm curious if that makes sense to you guys. All right, let's just clarify here. If it doesn't equal 0, the interval time, so let's say I want it to rotate every 10 seconds, it's going to go up by delta time, okay? If it gets greater than 10, if the timer gets greater than 10, but it's smaller, and it's also smaller than twice as much, it's going to do the rotation, okay? Does that make sense? But if it gets greater than interval time times 2, it's going to go right back to 0 and start over. Does that make sense? All right. So let's test this out. You ready? First things first, guys. Let's just make sure that this at 0, interval time at 0, just means it rotates perfectly. Okay? And by the way, guys, those of you just joining us, just remember that you can download those free resources below. Totally free. 3D game kit, etc. Webinar on how to make 6 figures with your game with just a demo, and then also a 3D course. Did I already say that? And then a 2D game kit. All right, so every 5 seconds. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rotate. 2, 3, 4. It's continually rotating. 5, stop. Do it again. Okay, that's the theory. So let's take a look. It's funny to see if, just writing a line of code works without even testing it. Okay, so interval time is now at 15. Yes, we're doing the wrong thing here. Interval timer needs to increase, not interval time. Okay, see that? All right. All right, let's continue taking a look here and seeing if this works. Yes, correct. Thank you so much. Okay. It should stop. There it goes. Stopped. Another 5 seconds. It should start again. There we go. Hey. Right. And then we're also going to create a randomized interval timer, okay? So what I want to do here is I'm going to go it's going to be a serialized field. I'm going to go interval time random multiplier. And all this is going to do is going to say we're going to multiply by this value by a random value, this value being the max. Okay, so what that means is by default it should be 1, okay? And then on start, we're going to say, look, if interval time doesn't equal 0, then interval time, and then what we're going to do, sorry, I'm thinking out loud here. Interval time times equals, and then we're going to do interval time random multiplier, but we're going to do a random range, okay? So random.range between 1 and the value that I provide, okay? So if I do like 10, then there's a chance that it can be multiplied times 10, all right? What this means, guys, is it means that we can apply the same exact script to every single block, and they're all going to rotate at different intervals, okay? So that's exactly what we're going to do here. All right. And no, they don't need to be managed together. No, they don't. Because this is purely visual. So I'm just going to throw a script on all of these, and they're all going to just make it look pretty. Okay? All right. So we have interval time, and then we can also have this random multiplier, right? So I could set it to like 3, and we're going to get random intervals. Okay, I'll show you. I can do it here as well. And then I can do it here as well. And then I can do it here as well. And watch, you'll see they're all going to rotate at different rates. Or really random intervals, not rates. Does that make sense? Okay, let's just wait here. There we go. See it? Isn't that cool? Stopping. Stop. Good. Good. That's great. Now, we should also probably create a variable called interval rotate time. Rotate time after interval. It's a really specific variable, but basically it's rotate time multiplier after interval. So basically this is saying how long should we rotate for after the interval is met. Okay, so by default it's going to be a multiplier of 2, right? But I could set it to like 1.2, right? Which is probably what I'll do because I don't want them to rotate that long. That's ridiculous. There we go. So all of these here, we're going to set this to 1.2, 1.2, 1.2, because I just didn't like how long they were rotating for. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's hit play. These three here, interval time, we could do something like, yeah, 5 seconds is fine. That means if we multiply 5 times 1.2, it's going to be something like, I don't know, 7 or like 6. So it's going to only rotate for like 1 second and then stop, okay? All right, let's see here. Good. Good. Yeah, we'll do different directions. We'll do all that cool stuff. Okay? All right, guys. So I'm going to copy this rotate up. Well, actually, let's just do this. I want to make sure it's working properly. I wish these were all prefabs, but they're not. So it's okay. It's okay. We're not going to make it a prefabs yet because I think Felipe is still working on the model. But, you know, what we want to do is obviously too fast, right? We want it to be ominous. So we could do this, right? We could say 25. This one can be negative 25. And this one can be 10, okay? So now we can take a look. Yeah, there we go. Let's take a look. So that one at the bottom I forgot to do. Sweet. Okay, so this one down here, we missed one. There it is. So that's going to be like 5. That one's going to be like negative 10. This is going to be like 3, right? So we're just creating sort of these cool variables here. These cool just randomization to the variables. This one we can do like 2. So we're just having fun with it, right? All right, very cool. Now the next question is, you know, we want to be able to take advantage of sound, right? But I only want the sounds to play when we get near the objects, okay? But let's take a look here. Very cool. That's awesome. Very subtle. I love that. Very cool. All right, so now let's go to artlist.io. Okay, guys? We're going to head on over to artlist.io. And at artlist.io, we are going to get like a mechanical gear sound. Mechanical gear. I'm going to show you my screen in just a sec here. Let's take a look. I like that. So let's download that one. We're going to edit these, okay? Come on. Okay. My PC has been dying on me lately. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see here. We need a Metal Gear. Sorry I've been coughing, guys. I don't know what's wrong. I've been coughing for a while these days. That's kind of cool. Let's download that one. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to combine all these sounds and make it make it into a rotating sound, right? That's kind of cool. Let's download that one. Oh, yeah. That's awesome. I love that. Okay, I think that's enough. I think I also want like a ominous human voice. And so we're going to use my voice for that, okay? I'm going to start with this one, though, here. We're going to open up in Audacity. Skip all this crap here. And... oh, yeah. That's awesome. That's great. That's about all we need. These are really good sounds. Okay, so we're gonna do a decrease in the tempo. Honestly, just the speed, because I want it lower in pitch as well. When you do a speed shift, it's gonna lower the pitch as well. Let's hit preview. Even slower. Okay, hit apply. Now, why did I download those repetitive sounds? Because I want it, even though we're going very slow and a low pitch, I'd like there to be like a clicking sound, like small little gears. So we're gonna do this one. There we go. Okay, that's great. We can lower the pitch, but we can keep the speed, okay? So we're going to change the pitch. Lower. Hit apply. And I want to do a maybe a little bit of distortion on it. We'll test this out. Hit apply. That's kind of cool. Let's take a look. Good. And then one more. Guys, just stick around because we're going to do some vocal stuff. I just heard it in my head of how I want it to sound. It's going to be really cool. So just hang on. Hang tight. Here we go. We got another one. Okay, this one here, we're going to change the pitch really low. A little bit lower. Awesome. Okay. Do I think that was Poland just attacked? I think I heard about that. Okay, let's keep going. I don't even want to talk about it. Okay, so what's going to make this sound really, really cool? Who knows? What's the one thing that we can add to this to make it sound huge? What's that one thing? Does anybody know? And by the way, I'm going to mix and render this down, and I'll probably do a limiter on it. We'll do a sort of soft clip here. Apply. That's right. Good job, guys. Reverb. Okay, so we're going to do some really cool reverb here. I'm not going to do it on this. I'm actually going to do it on a separate track. Okay, I'll lower this one, and I'm going to do a very wet reverb on the second track, just so I have control if I need more of the dry. And dry is when you don't have reverb. If I need more dry, I can put it on this one here, okay? We're going to do wet here, huge room size, hit preview. Cool, okay. Reverberance, pretty big here. I feel like we should have less low and more high. I could be wrong. Hit apply. It's going to be peaking. That's okay, because we can actually just pull it down like this, and it's no longer peaking, all right? Isn't that cool? And if you look at it, you can see why it works. Okay, now here's what's cool. I'm gonna track, or go to track, go to mix and render. I'm gonna actually, let's not let's not merge the tracks together just yet. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of recording with my voice. This is gonna be really cool. All right, so watch. This is gonna have Half-Life 2 vibes to it. Okay, you guys ready? Our playback device is good. Good. Okay, so we can record. Check. All right, ready? Okay. There's a rule that I like to follow, and it's if it's cringy, it's meaningless. If you feel cringy when you're doing something, it means nothing. It has nothing to do with the actual final product, okay? If everybody avoided something because it was cringy, you wouldn't get any movies, you wouldn't get any games, okay? And I'll show you why. Here we go. So what I'm going to do is take these, paste them here, paste them here, paste them here, track, mix and render. I'm going to have just this here, this rotating sound, and I'm going to have just 15 seconds of it, okay? This sound here with the voice is going to be our start and stop sounds, okay? So, I'm going to first start with okay, what I'm trying to say is this is our looping sound. It's going to be playing whenever it rotates, but we also need it to start. So a sound, and it's going to also have the voice when it rotates, okay? So watch this. All right? So I'm going to take this, and we're first going to do a low pitch, okay? Change the pitch. Okay, hit apply. Let's also do a distortion. And that's actually exactly, that's so funny. That's very similar to Half-Life 2. Let's go to medium overdrive though. Okay, hit apply. We're also going to do we're going to copy that, tracks, add stereo track below it. We're also going to do a Paul stretch, okay? Paul stretch is going to make it have, well, it's just going to stretch the sound, but I want that below it at a lower volume, okay? So it's going to be like this. Okay, see? Watch. And then we'll do one here. One here. Oh, that's all. I love that one. That's all we need. We just need 3. That one was cool. Okay, so let's pull this back. Oh, I love this. This is too fun. And then go to fade out. Isn't this the best job on the planet? Fade out. We'll fade out this one, excuse me. And same here. Okay, now you're probably still wondering, this isn't cool. Hang on, we're almost there. Okay. I love that one. Let's add a little bit more distortion to this section here. I feel like it needs a little bit more. Okay, and then finally, guys, what do we put on here to save the day? Well, a little bit of delay. Save the day with delay. Hit it preview. Okay, so a little bit too fast. And we want 3 echoes. Good. And then the final way to save the day is to copy this, create a new track, and then do reverb. Okay? That's perfect. Hit apply, but it's peaking, so we just pull down the volume and it's no longer peaking. Hold on. There we go. Isn't that cool? Do you see why I did what I did? Does that make sense? Okay, let's get one more sound in there. Okay. We're going to get a blaring trumpet. Right? That's it. That's it. Okay. That's it. Okay, download that one here. We're going to bring that into Audacity. Sound design is really, really fun. And watch, we can stretch it. Okay, so we're not going to do a tempo or a pitch shift or a speed shift. We're going to do a tempo shift, and it's going to be very, very low. Ooh, that's cool. So a little bit less. Hit apply. There we go. We're going to do one more. Change tempo one more time. Oh, man, Thomas, you're winning points today. Check this out. And then let's lower that pitch a little bit, and we'll add reverb to it. Pitch, lower that pitch. Oh, that is so cool. Reverb. Let's not have so much wet for this. Just hit apply, because I want to hear those clicks. Okay. Maybe lower that, or add a little bit of that reverb. And then lower that. I'm going to lower the speed entirely for that. Okay. Excuse me. Good. I think we could do a little bit more reverb on that. Reverb. A little bit more wet. A little less dry. Hit apply. Good. Okay, copy this. Come on. There we go. Excuse me. By the way, guys, if you're just watching, just joining us, just remember you can download my free 3D course below. It's totally free, my treat to you. There's also a 2D game kit that I used to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days. Totally free. And there's also a webinar below on how to make 6 figures with just a demo. That's totally free. So be sure to click below. No gimmicks here. Just grab the course, grab the resources, totally free. I'm going to lower the pitch. Track, mix and render. We're just going to lower that pitch. Pretty low here. There we go. Almost. That was a little too low. Here we go. There it is. There it is. Check it out. That's so cool. Oh, I love that. I love that. Okay, let's lower each one. Excuse me. We'll actually increase it a little bit here for this one. Oh, that is so cool. One more. This one, not so much. Okay. Yeah, it's all peaking. Don't worry. Don't worry, guys. So we're going to take all this. We're going to mix it together. Good. And what do? Pull it down. There it is. That is so cool. Good, guys. Okay, we're going to mix all this together. Again, there we go, just so the volume's all cleaned up here. And then we need, it's not going to play every time, but we need the vocal thing is not going to play every time, but what we need is we need a mechanical like crunch sound to start it. And actually, I think we can just use this. Let me show it to you. Where is it? I think it's this one. No. It's a different one. Hold on, we're almost there. That's it. That's the one. So all I need is that right there. Okay? Add new, and we're going to just combine all these. See that? Okay? And all I do is fade that out. There we go. And so basically we're going to have a very subtle, this sound is subtle and this one's louder. See? So that's the start sound. We're going to do a little bit lower speed or tempo. Hit apply. And then a little bit reverb. Not a lot. We're going to make it more dry than wet. Hit apply. Good. Okay, that's the start. Here's another start. We're going to change the pitch for this. Yep. Fading, fade out. Good. And then one more. This one's going to be not as much of a pitch shift. We just want a different pitch every time it plays, right? That one's really cool. I really like that one. Then we'll also have one here, which is not nearly as loud, because you don't want it happening every time, you know? So we'll do one there and just change the pitch. This will all make sense in just a sec, guys. Hit apply, and then one more. Hit apply. Good. Okay, track, mix and render. So these are all together now. And now we'll do one more reverb, okay? Just to bring it all together into one cohesive sound. Increase the wet, hit apply. Don't worry if it peaks. Isn't that cool? Listen. That one, we'll do a limiter here as well, guys. So it's basically what you go to volume and then go to limiter here. And we're going to do a soft and hit apply, and it'll make sure that it's not too loud, okay? Just shut your mouth, Windows. There we go. I love this. Maybe a little bit of delay. Very cool. Oh man, that's so fun. Very, very, very cool. Fade out. Okay, we're going to export that selection. And we're just going to save it inside of our project so that we can use it for father. Go to our sounds here, and we're just going to call this Hotel Rotate Start 1. This one's Hotel Rotate Start 2, but we want to make sure we fade it out, right? There we go. Export the selected audio. Hotel Rotate Start 2. Good. Rotate. This one's my favorite. That is such a cool sound. Fade out. And then export selected audio. Hotel Rotate Start 3. And then this one's going to be 4 and 5. Just because, again, we don't want that to play every time. That vocal sound, it would be kind of annoying. Hotel Rotate Start 4. Okay. And then this one's going to be fade out. Export selected audio. Hotel Rotate Start 5. And these can count as the hotel end. Hotel rotate stop. I'm running out of words today. These are going to be stop sounds as well. Okay, guys? So let's just have that. A little bit different pitch. And then we can save that. This is Hotel Rotate Stop 1. Right? And then this one's Stop 2. So now we have our start sounds, we have our stop sounds, and then we're also going to have a rotate looping sound. Isn't that cool? So let's just grab these here. And what is the volume we want to make sure everything is at all times, guys? You want it to be between -12 and -6, okay? So let's make sure we fade this piece out here just so it's loopable, okay? So fading, fade out, and then we're going to take the beginning, add a new track here, and we're going to reverse it. And the reason we're doing this is so that it's loopable, okay? Reverse, there we go. Fade in, fading, fade in. We'll bring this up here. One more, okay? And that should do it. Mix these two together, tracks, mix and render, and we'll get a perfect looping sound. Just make sure it's between -12 and -6. Very good. Export our selected audio here. And this is going to be Hotel Rotate Looping. Good, good, good. And that's all we got time for, guys. Just remember that you could download those free resources below: 2D Game Kit, a free 3D course, and also a webinar on how to make 6 figures with just a demo. I will talk to you guys later. Cheers. Get over here. Hey, thanks for watching. By the way, if you haven't downloaded that free 2D Game Kit below, click below. It's my treat to you. I used this game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days. And I actually got to play it with him in front of his audience, which was really cool. This game kit is totally free. It's my treat to you, and you can use it however you want. You can make a commercial game and make $1 million off this game kit. I don't care. Or you could just use it for a hobby project. It's my treat to you. And by the way, if you haven't clicked like, that would mean a ton to me. Hit subscribe. And also, this is important, hit that notification bell. Here's why. If you get notified of when I'm live, you can watch me make my next game, and let me know in the chat what you think about the game or any ideas you have, and you might just show up. Your chat might just show up in the next video that I upload. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.